The Big Dig, Reinventing the City for the 21st Century. If the Freedom Trail represents Boston's reverence for history, the Big Dig represents its boldness in reimagining the future. Officially known as the Central Artery Tunnel Project, the Big Dig was one of the most ambitious urban infrastructure undertakings in U.S. history. It aimed to tackle one of Boston's biggest problems, crippling downtown traffic caused by the elevated I-93 highway that cut through the heart of the city. From concrete jungle to green oasis by burying the highway underground and replacing it with the Rose Kennedy Greenway, a series of linear parks and public spaces. The Big Dig transformed Boston's downtown into a pedestrian-friendly and environmentally conscious corridor. Where there was once noise, traffic, and visual blight, there is now greenery, public art, farmers markets, concerts, and playgrounds. The Greenway stitches together historic neighborhoods like the North End, Financial District, and Chinatown, enhancing connectivity and community engagement. Urban renewal with a twist, although it was plagued by delays and cost overruns. The Big Dig ultimately redefined how cities can rethink infrastructure to improve quality of life. It is now cited in urban planning textbooks as a case study in urban renewal through public space and environmental sustainability. The Big Dig wasn't just a construction project, it was a philosophical shift, a decision to prioritize people over cars, green space over concrete, and walkability over congestion. Innovation ecosystem. Boston's modern identity. While the Freedom Trail reminds us of Boston's revolutionary roots, and the Big Dig illustrates its capacity for reinvention, modern Boston is perhaps best known today for innovation. The city has emerged as a global hub for tech startups, biotechnology, clean energy, education, and urban innovation, all while maintaining a close relationship with its academic institutions, world-class universities. The engine of innovation. Boston and neighboring Cambridge are home to more than 50 colleges and universities, including Harvard, MIT, Tufts, Boston University, and Northeastern. These institutions fuel an innovation economy that rivals Silicon Valley not by replicating it, but by offering something distinct: deep research, interdisciplinary collaboration, and a global outlook. Harvard and MIT, in particular, drive much of the region's research and development, producing Nobel laureates, cutting-edge AI, and groundbreaking medical research. Their proximity to Kendall Square, a hotbed of venture capital and biotech, creates a synergy rarely seen elsewhere. Tech and biotech boom. Boston has emerged as a biotech powerhouse. Companies like Moderna, one of the first to develop a COVID-19 vaccine, Biogen, and Vertex are headquartered here, often in close proximity to the labs where their science was born. Meanwhile, the Seaport District and Kendall Square team with startups working on robotics, AI, fintech, edtech, and climate tech. Accelerators like Mascalinge, Techstars, Boston, and Harvard ILAB provide mentorship and funding to young entrepreneurs. Clean energy and sustainability. Boston is also taking climate change seriously. With its coastal location and aging infrastructure, the city is vulnerable to rising sea levels and extreme weather. In response, the city has launched the Climate Ready Boston initiative, investing in resilient waterfronts, flood barriers, and carbon neutrality goals. Innovation here isn't just about gadgets and algorithms, it's about finding sustainable solutions for real urban problems. Boston is one of the leading cities in the Greenovate Boston movement, which integrates clean tech, public policy, and citizen engagement to reduce emissions and promote renewable energy. Neighborhoods that tell a story. Modern Boston is not a monolith. Its charm lies in its distinct neighborhoods, each with a rich story, unique culture, and evolving identity. The North End, Boston's oldest residential neighborhood. The North End is known for its tight streets, Italian heritage, and historic landmarks like Paul Revere's house and the Old North Church. Despite rising property values and new developments, the North End maintains its old-world character, complete with mom-and-pop bakeries, family-run restaurants, and community festivals like the Feast of St. Anthony. Roxbury and the Black Cultural Renaissance, once the heart of Boston's African-American community. Roxbury is undergoing a cultural revival. Institutions like the Museum of the National Center of Afro-American Artists and efforts to preserve Jazeera landmarks are elevating Black history and creativity in the city's cultural narrative. Roxbury is also a site of economic reinvestment, with community organizations pushing for affordable housing, arts funding, and small business development. The Seaport, a tech playground. Boston's Seaport District is the clearest example of how the city is modernizing. In just over a decade, It has transformed from an industrial wasteland into a booming tech and business hub, home to Amazon, PwC, GE, and hundreds of startups. Despite its economic success, the seaport has faced criticism for its lack of diversity and affordability, a reminder that even in innovation, Boston continues to grapple with the tensions of inclusion and equity. Arts, culture, and civic life. Boston may be renowned for history and science, but it also has a rich and vibrant arts and cultural scene that bridges old and new. Museums and performing arts. The Museum of Fine Arts, MFA, and the Institute of Contemporary Art, ICA, offer global collections that span millennia. Boston Symphony Orchestra and Boston Ballet maintain the city's classical arts traditions. The Boston Center for the Arts and Arts Emerson highlight emerging voices and experimental work. The city also supports public art, murals, and cultural programming in underserved communities, democratizing access to creativity. Libraries, parks, and community. Boston Public Library, founded in 1848, was the first large free municipal library in the U.S. today. It serves not only as a historical institution but also as a digital literacy center and community hub. The city's green spaces like Boston Common, the Esplanade, and Franklin Park play a major role in civic life. Farmers markets, outdoor movies, fitness classes, and protests alike animate these spaces, keeping democracy and community active in daily life. The challenges of growth. As Boston continues to grow and modernize, it faces several challenges that test its resilience and adaptability. Affordability. The housing crisis has made Boston one of the most expensive U.S. cities to live in. Efforts to increase affordable housing and protect long-time residents are ongoing. Gentrification. Rapid development, especially in historically working-class or immigrant neighborhoods, raises concerns about displacement. Transit inequality. The MBTA, Boston's public transit system, faces aging infrastructure and inconsistent service, impacting low-income communities the most. Yet these challenges are met with fierce activism. Thoughtful urban planning and collaborative leadership are hallmark of the city's enduring civic spirit. Conclusion. A city that remembers and reinvents. Modern Boston is proof that a city can honor its past while embracing the future. Whether you're standing on the Freedom Trail, walking the Greenway above the Big Dig, or sipping